Emission zone could be the final nail in the coffin for their essential services across the capital. It comes as Transport for London says it's doing what it can to help those who are struggling to swap their cars through the scrappage scheme. But as Daniel Henry reports, it may not be enough to keep some services afloat.
So we support people in the local community.
Jeff helps people who have fallen on hard times.
I'm homeless in our borough. So we actually run the night shelter just over there. And actually this is our van that we use to support the work that we do.
He says the ULEZ expansion won't help his charity at all, and neither will the vehicle scrappage scheme.
Unfortunately, we've only had this van around about 6 months. For ULEZ to scrap a vehicle, you've needed to have owned it from January 2022. So unfortunately, even if we wanted to use the scrap scheme, we actually couldn't use it for this vehicle. So we would either have to scrap it ourselves and get a lot less money, or we would have to then continually pay the ULEZ charge.
He's not alone. The team behind a charity called Dogs on the Street say expansion of ULEZ will end them.
Well, our transporter, which is our main used vehicle that collects and drops off dogs for our clients, is actually not retrofit compliant. But now to go and collect vital essentials and deliveries and donations, it will be at a cost of £12.50. So we're going to have to close that down now. We're not going to be able to maintain that, which means now we're not going to be able to maintain donation deliveries because we've got nowhere else for them to go to.
It's going to be about the judicial review in the courts to see if we can get this put on the back burner. The cost vastly outweighs the benefit, especially for lower paid people who can't afford a replacement despite the scrappage scheme.
TfL say they are listening to Londoners.
We've introduced other mitigations, like we've got new grace periods this time to support disabled Londoners. We've got a £110 million scrappage scheme, and we've introduced different elements of that as well. So there's a range of third-party discounts from promotions that provide other alternatives.
City Hall say ULEZ is essential to making London's air clean. Unfortunately, for some Londoners, the only alternative left after ULEZ will be to shut up shop for good. Daniel Henry, ITV News.